I saw this older couple at the gym today, and you know they've been together for a while because the woman is, pompous and walking everywhere, and the guy is just you walking slow, hunched over. You can tell he just like looks defeated. He looks defeated. And I was trying to think about the last time that I saw a man in a relationship who's been in a relationship for a while where he still walks straight, with his back straight, his chest out, shoulders relaxed, and I'm the king of my own domain. When's the last time you saw that? I don't really see that too often. And I was thinking about what makes people like us, like men like us who are actually leaders, and I'm actually talking about the people that are taking actions in their own life, okay? I'm not talking about the people that, yes, we all have issues, we're not perfect, but I'm talking about the real godly bad boys here. I'm talking about the real alphas. And I know that that's a cringe term for a lot of people, but it's just the most proper term that we can use because it makes sense. There's alphas and then there's betas, right? A lot of people will say, oh, but I'm a sigma. Okay. No, there's alphas and there's betas, and people will even get upset about that, I know. Oh, but I'm a sigma. I know I'm a sigma. I'm the silent person. No, you're not. No, if you are silent for no reason, okay, there's a difference because I'm silent in the community, right? When I don't really talk too much, but when I have something to say, I have something to say. It's just like my YouTube videos. I don't just go out here just because I want to do something and I want to talk to hear myself talk. I actually have something I want to say. And so when I'm actually doing things like this and I'm in the community, yeah, I don't speak too much, but I don't shy away from eye contact. Okay, if somebody looks at me, I'll look them dead in the eye. I don't know, I can't look people in the eyes, I don't do that. And I always walk with my back straight, and I kind of walk like a lion, I suppose, because I have been told by women that I walk like a lion sometimes, but that was a while ago, and I guess it was just the way that I walk, I guess, but I don't really think that I walk too much like that, but whatever, And I just walk with a sense of I have some swag to myself, but I don't really try to purposely I think about it. I'm like, okay, I need to sway my shoulders this way and that. Like that's what betas do. And that's what a lot of these alpha creators here on the tube, they talk about it. They talk about it a lot. And they're like, and on X as well, they're like, oh, if you want to get women, here's how to walk a certain way. Here's how to walk like you just had sex. It's like, just walk, motherfucker. Like you don't need to think about it too much. Stop being so retarded about it. Like what are you thinking about? Why do you think that you have to like you're thinking too much? I've never met so many smart people on the World Wide Web. And yet they're so smart that they're retarded because they wrap themselves up in this weird thought process and thought loop that puts them in a prison of time. And so they're never able to actually fully, expand themselves. And rule number one of the godly bad boy and being a godly bad boy that women cannot resist, it's just not caring too much about anything except for your relationship to God. That's it. If you can just take things sincerely but not seriously, that's the biggest thing. And it's this nonchalant attitude that is going to attract them. It's not even, again, it's like you don't need to think about it. Stop thinking about it. I don't know why all these guys want to think about it. It's like the old dude, right? The old dude in the relationship. Oh, what, honey? What? Oh yeah, I'll go get that for.
Joe, I really need this right now.
Okay, honey, I'll go get it. I'll go get it. Anything for you. Happy wife, happy life.
Okay, Joe, that's the wrong one, Joe. That's the wrong. No, Joe.
Like that's what they sound like, these old couples. And then you listen to the men and you listen to the men speak about this and they're thinking like you're thinking to yourself, why are they together? Why are they even wanting to pursue a relationship with one another? Why do they claim to be happy when they clearly are not? Why do people insist on portraying an image? Well, it's because they would rather deal with the fact that they don't have to be lonely or lonesome if they just get to pretend like they have somebody in their life that they care about and that cares about them. They don't care. It's okay to care about people. It's okay to love people. It's okay to, like, in fact, Jesus Christ commands us to have love for one another, right? As he loved us. But that doesn't mean that I have to respect these people. It doesn't mean that I have to respect anything that they have to say or do or talk about. Like, some of the people that I have seen over the years, because I've been doing YouTube now for 3 years, and I've been on X for just almost a year here in a few months, like seriously, and taking it sincerely, rather, right? Like, it's crazy how so many people think that they're entitled to answers, and I try to make sure that I am giving my 2 cents as much as possible if people ask me questions, because I'm not here to give advice. I'm not here to say that this is the only way to think about life. Anybody that says like, oh, there's no other way, they are locked in their own mindset that they don't even realize that they're locked into, and so you might as well just leave them behind. Okay, you want to make sure that if there is a one-way ticket, it's Jesus Christ, and it's the one-way ticket to him that's going to put you into freedom everlasting. But anybody that says that, oh, there's nothing else left here, like this is the only option, I just refuse to believe that. I refuse to acknowledge that that's the only option here, because I don't think that we need to think about life in such a binary, like 1 0 1 0 1 0 kind of a thing. And yes, sometimes life is black and white, but this is one of the reasons why, if you are nonchalant, if you're truly nonchalant and you're not trying to chase, you're not trying to get validation, you're caring, but you're not caring, right? Like, you care, but you care more about yourself. You're radically self-interested, more so than you're interested in chasing the validation of some chick. Okay, that's going to be what makes you irresistible to these women. And it's so crazy to me how so many men don't realize that if we just were able to not simp, the world would get better overnight. Overnight, the world would be a better place. There's no doubt in my mind that this would be the case. And yet, for some reason, men they cannot help themselves. The lust is just too strong. And I don't know how. Like, for me, it's easy to think about my life on the grand scale of things. Like, it's not, how do I say this? Maybe it's not easy. It's simple to think about it. It's simple for me to think about this kind of stuff. Because for me, it's like, okay, don't lie to you. Don't lie to you. Don't lie to me. I don't lie to anybody or anything, because I know that if I participate in a lie, that will have a snapping back of reality hit me sooner or later. I might be able to get away with it for a while, but sooner or later reality will snap back, and it will snap back hard, because there are spiritual laws in place that I have seen and I have witnessed and I have experienced that I have no other option. It's kind of like, okay, imagine being with imagine being with like a gremlin or an ogre of a woman. That might, like, you might get away with it for a little while, but sooner or later you're gonna think back to that moment and that experience. You're gonna think to yourself, why the did I do that? And I've seen guys do this. They literally just can't control their lust to the point to where they sleep with an ogre, and then they're like, oh, dude, like, I don't know what was up with me. Like, they have the post-nut clarity, right? And it's like, I don't even promote that kind of behavior. I don't promote that at all. I think that if you're going to have a sexual intimate relationship with someone, it's going to be for the long term. You're going to have to want to have babies with one another. You're going to create a family with one another in some way, shape, or form. That's the only reason that I see to have sexual intercourse. But the problem is that so many people just can't control their lust, so they're willing to sleep with these ogres and gremlins for the fact and for the sake that they feel like they can get their needs met for the certain time being. Like it's just crazy to me. And it's the same thing that goes for the women out here too. Women will put up with men because of the emotional roller coaster that they don't even see that it's not leading them anywhere. Like, yeah, they feel emotions and such, and they're loyal to the guy, but he's not leading them anywhere. He just makes them feel things. And the woman, because she doesn't have the foresight and the insight to look beyond the present moment, she's just going to be kind of retarded about it. And it's not to say that it's her fault. This is just how God made her, right? But it's like, do you want to be... Men and women really just have two options nowadays, and neither really seems practical or reasonable for either one. And so this is why we have to have more godly bad boys who have achieved godlike mastery. It is the feminine consciousness and collective hive mind. I genuinely believe this, that there's a feminine hive mind and collective consciousness that is always trying to see where and who and what kind of man has achieved godlike mastery. I swear, because the more I level up in knowing myself and disciplining myself, and I'm performing at a high level, all of a sudden this is where all the women come in to get me off track. This is where all the women come in to try to just disturb my peace. And this is another thing I've seen countless times. If I, as a godly bad boy who have achieved godlike mastery, if I'm just chilling in myself, I'm just chilling with myself, I'm just doing what I'm here to do, it's like women want to try to, they want to disturb your peace. And it's this primal instinct in them that they don't like, and I genuinely think also that modern women, they hate seeing men happier than they are. Because it's like a circle. It's like this circulation tactic, right? Where women will see men be happy and doing things, and then they'll want to be in those men's spaces, right? And then the space gets contaminated. Women blame the men, and then they segregate. And then women see that the men are happier, and then it's just round and about they go. And the only thing that we can do as men is to say no to these women. We have to be able to say no. That's rule number 2, basically, of being a godly bad boy, is you have to learn how to say no. Just say no. Just tell these women no. It's really not that hard, but we've internalized, as a society, we've internalized like the fear of feminine, how do I describe this? It's like this fear of lacking feminine approval that has been internalized for most men that makes them beta. And they don't even realize that they're beta. Like, a lot of the guys out here online will claim to be alphas or godly bad boys, or, and I've coined the term godly bad boy, but it's caught on a little bit more than I thought. But they'll claim to be godly bad boys and all this stuff, and yet they're the same freaking simps that are watching the corn, that are giving women on Bonely cans a ton of money. And it's like, you guys have, like, what is wrong with you? Like, don't you want to be a godlike master? Like, don't you want to be elite? Or do you want to be like everybody else? Like, do you want to be everybody else? Because apparently in your actions, you're telling me that you want to be like everybody else. And I just don't understand. Like, where's your fire? Where's your, like, zest for life? Where's your lust for obsession of your passion and your obsession with self-mastery? Addiction is not the issue here. Addiction and passion, they're not the issues. They're the solution. You just have to redirect it in a way that's going to influence you for the better. And this is what oh gosh, it makes me so infuriated when I see men like, oh man, I just can't stop playing with myself. I just don't know how to stop. I don't. Dude, stop focusing on trying to stop playing with yourself and just start doing things that is going to make your life better. Start studying finances. Start studying spirituality. Start studying things that, like, where is your passion for life, dude? Where's your zest for life? You're such a depleted coomer that you don't know how to actually live life. You don't know that you're a miracle, dude. You're a miracle, and you're so blinded because you can't give up the pink palace. You just want to stick your phallus in every pink palace, and you're so blinded by the mystique of all of these women that you fail to see what's right in front of you. Godlike mastery doesn't come by just being like retarded, bro. Like you have to actually just not think. Don't be so smart that you turn retarded in a negative way. You have to just let yourself listen to the inner retard and move along. Just move along. It's really not that difficult. And I'm so sick and tired of all these people that claim to know things, but they haven't internalized it and they haven't actually acted on it. They just do what they think is right. They just do what they believe is right because they know how to regurgitate information really well. It's what a lot of conservatives, for example, do terribly. I was talking with someone about this earlier, whereas like the conservatives really know how to work hard. They really do, but they don't have a vision at all, and they will stomp on your dreams the first chance they get. Meanwhile, the liberals, they will support any kind of vision and dream that you have, but they have no industriousness. They have no work ethic. So you have to cultivate a sense of balance within you. Okay, and I'm not trying to bring politics into this. I'm just giving this as an example for like the broad terms, right? Because this is exactly what it's like to have a polarity in your soul. If you and your shadow are not integrated, you're not gonna, like, the best way to get in contact with a woman for her to see that you're irresistible in her eyes, you have to acquaint her with the dark side in a dangerous way that makes her feel safe. But you yourself have to be in control of that shadow aspect of you before you do that. You can't just recite and regurgitate things that sound good and believe that like you've done it, you've integrated it. Because when conflict arises, whether internally or in that relationship with her, it's going to be very easy to see how quickly you've been able to integrate your shadow or not. Because you might be able to say certain things, but if you don't actually have the fruit to show that you've integrated that shadow part of you, it's not going to be there. It's not going to be available to you. So with all that being said, if you're looking to have an initiation into godlike mastery, check out my website in the description box below, and you can email me about more information for the Godlike Mastery Initiation Program, or you can do a one-on-one session with me, or you can do the Regal Change Academy. We have the free tier as well as the premium tier. The free tier gets you access to the university and church replacement option that is the Regal Change Academy. The premium tier gets you access to the group calls and the classes inside of it. So with all that being said, peace. Until next time.